Yes, let's get started. So, oh, I need to get better at this. It'll happen. It'll happen with time. The first step in your spiritual journey or your first step in a spiritual process is realizing that you are not your mind, right? Um, we all go through these processes of not questioning it. It's always like, what do you mean I'm not my mind? Then who's talking? Like who is in there? Like who am I then? Um, but here's how you should start, right? The first question that you should ask yourself, and I remember Jim Carrey talking about this in an interview many years ago. Um, you have thoughts, right? Like right now, you're sitting or standing or whatever you're doing as you're watching this video, and you're having thoughts, right? You can hear words, you can hear your voice, um, and you're for sure identified with that as your self of identity. But see, the question is, how do you know that you have thoughts? How do you know what you're thinking? Who or what is watching, right? Who is in there? Who am I talking to right now? I think it was Shakespeare that said, I think, therefore I am. But in reality, you can go without thinking and you still are. So then who are you? When you say that I feel anxiety, who feels anxiety? How do you know that? Right? Because for you to notice something, for you to observe something, and we go back to, as I touched this in another video, you need two things. You need a subject and an object. So then, if the thought is the object, who would be the subject? Who is in there watching everything go down? When you say, I feel happy, how do you know that? Because you feel it, okay? Well, who's feeling it? How do you know you're feeling it? um, these are the first questions that you ask yourself when you start a journey like this, right? This is like the first steps. It's like, well, how do I know what's going on in here? How do I know? I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I can't cope. I have all of these emotions. I have anger. I have shame and guilt. But at the same time, I can also be happy and I can also enjoy and go out and have a good time. And there are days where I feel good and there are days where I don't feel good. Okay, how do you know that? How do you know when you're feeling good? And how do you know when you're feeling bad? You see, who you are, and I mean who you truly are in essence, is spirit, awareness, consciousness. They all mean the same thing. It's all interchangeable. You are the awareness behind your thought, behind your emotions, behind everything that encompasses being human and having a human experience. Because guess what? This is what you came here to do. You came here to have a human experience. You came here to experience certain things that as a spirit you wanted to experience in this third dimensional reality of matter. And that's who you are. You are the observer. You are the watcher. And at first, it's really hard to grasp because we're so attached, right? It's like having a TV screen. Imagine like your mind is a TV screen, and instead of watching it, like you sit at home and you watch TV, what you're doing is you're gluing yourself to the screen and just overwhelmed with everything that you have because you're right there glued to the screen and the light is hitting you and the sound and the racing and the movie is playing and everything is just overwhelming and everything's happening at once and you're just like, I can't cope. All you have to do is realize I'm not the TV. I am the one watching the TV. So I detach myself. That's what detachment is. And how does that help you? It helps you because when you're angry, you realize, I am not that anger. That is not me. That's not who I am, but it's in me. I'm aware of it. I can see it. I can feel it, but it's not me. But I know that it's in there. And when you start to detach yourself from your mind and from those emotions, you gain a higher perspective of what exactly is going on in your inner world and with your mental state, which I will talk about in the next video. But the first thing that you need to know is that everything that's going on inside your head, inside in your nervous system, inside, nervous system will count as emotions. Everything that's going on with you emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. The first step that you need to make is start to realize, start to detach, start to become aware that, oh my God, there is something in here that is watching everything go down, right? And it's even, what the beautiful thing is intuitive because it's even in our language, right? When you say, I can't stop overthinking. Who's I, right? Actually, let me write it down. When you say, I can't control my thoughts. I forgot how to write thoughts. Okay, there we go. I can't control my thoughts, right? Who's I? Who is this? Who's I? I can't control my thoughts. There's a separation here between you and your thoughts. I can't stop overthinking. My mind won't shut up. My mind won't shut up. How many times do we say this throughout the day? My mind is possessive. That's how intuitive this is. It's built in our language. We just can't see it. We can't see what's right in front of us, and that's okay, because that's part of it, right? I can't control my mind. I can't control my thoughts, right? My mind. Possessive. Well, who owns it? It's very eye-opening, and it's very life-changing, right? To see something that's been right in front of our faces and so obvious. Oops, I almost dropped the cap. And it's so obvious, but yet we are so identified with our mind. I think it's time that we start detaching. I think it's time that we start to realize that we need to take accountability and ownership of our human experience. I think I'm going to leave that there for this video. I have a couple more that I'm going to film, but I want to do this in like bite-sized pieces. And I think I pretty much covered what I wanted to do in this video. I can tell that I'm still a little bit nervous, but that's okay. it's just a lot. But I'm very excited that to keep filming, to keep sharing, and to keep reaching out, and hopefully, you know, get this message